Let me hit the live button so I go when I'm ready. It's a little bit different format, huh?
It is. New website. So,
okay.
Looks like we're live on Facebook.
Right now?
And live on YouTube.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, so how do I get the streaming coming down for the people?
One more time?
How do I get the streaming, the people that are on? No?
It'll show you.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the channels. In case you don't know, we're doing Facebook and YouTube streaming together today. So we might have some technical difficulties, so please deal with us. We're gonna just wait here just a couple minutes to get people to join up. So this is exciting.
Hey, both are working.
Okay, cool. But how come I'm not getting names coming down there? Questions, I can't see them.
You gotta work that out.
Okay.
So, let's see. I want this chat app. You just hang out. It's taking its sweet time today.
That's okay.
So, yeah, so we're live on both.
Okay.
And then, here's everybody. Here's all of your
Oh,
people.
there they are. Here's the people.
Yep.
Now we're...
Yep, so now you're live. Gonna open another page.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Vanessa.
Awesome.
Hi,
so
Sharon.
The blue F is for Facebook, and then the red button is for YouTube.
Okay. I just don't have to look at myself now. Is that it? Hi, Christine. I can't. Wow, they're going fast.
Yes.
Guys, thank you for putting up with us. We're just getting the kinks of this fine-tuned because we're live streaming from both YouTube and Facebook.
Fun stuff.
Which is great because my followers on Facebook don't want to jump to YouTube. YouTube going to Facebook. So now we found the happy medium besides me. Get it? Happy medium? Ha
That was bad. I want to
That
go
was
home.
good.
That was bad.
Watch someone say a cute joke, Chris Ross.
That was
Look,
bad.
they said hi to me the inside of you. Okay. Hi, Michelle. So for our members, just so that you're all aware, after you've been a member for about a year, we're going to give you a t-shirt as part of our gratitude. And I just want to thank you guys for joining up and becoming a member in the first place because you allow me to have Chris and everything else and do my mom's videos and the tapes and all that kind of good stuff to keep my mom's legacy alive and keep her going and keep me here with you guys. So I want to hear how you guys had this week, what you guys were up to. And always in the comment section below, put down what you want to see us doing. We're going to do something a little bit different for next week because Chris is going on vacation. Yeah, I'm happy he's going. But we're going to be doing this live like I'm doing with you today. And then we're going to jump over and we're going to record. So even though I may not answer your question here at this time, put it in the comment section, your question down below, because Chris will be going in there, picking out questions, asking me it, we'll be recording it, and then we'll be posting it as far as next Sunday, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So you can sit there and get your questions answered, but it'll be a recorded show. Then we'll be back live doing the same thing the next week. So Chris, why don't you ask me a question?
Let's see. Julie says, will I ever love again?
Yeah, I think you'll love again if you get over the fact that the last 2 relationships were awful and cheating and lying and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it happens, and you have to sometimes shake it off and not play off an old tape. I understand you put a lot into this, and I understand you were treated bad, but the world doesn't always do that. On the other hand, as much as you're alone and trying to be alone, you're very much as far as a people person and wanting to have a partnership. So you have to get out and activate. Just get out and go to the store and the bank and coffee. And be careful around the pandemic, but there won't be a relationship coming in until about, I would say, July. And this individual has dark hair, meaning black, large eyes, brown, about the height of about 5'9". I think there's some legal, probably policing or that type of job. And I think he'll be a good guy. And I think he'll treat you right. So please don't stereotyping and don't play off an old tape when you meet him. Just meet him and have fun. But you have a tendency to hold on every word. And right now you're kind of fixing your wounds because you keep playing off everything in the past that has happened to you. Remember, your mind is your general. You have the power to either live in the past or put the past kind of on a bottle on a shelf and go forward with your life. A lot of us have a lot of things that go wrong, but you go forward with life and it mends. Start helping people. Universe will help you. You'll be fine.
Let's see. This new setup is hard. The text is way smaller. Margaret.
Oh, yours is small. Mine's a whole page.
Margaret,
You said I don't have to look at myself, though. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a good. I lost Margaret's. It was something about her cat, and will her cat ever come home that was lost?
I don't think the cat's going to return, so I'm really sorry about that. I know when my cat gets out, I'm a military person around this house. I freak out. And my cat one time was sitting over across the way for 3 hours. It finally started raining, finally ran home. But I'm so sorry that this cat is not going to return. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I really consider going out and rescuing another cat. I think that would be a good thing for you, truly.
Ladybug says, "Hi Chris, I'm applying for a new job. When do you think it's going to happen?"
The job that you're applying for, I don't think you're going to actually get that. I think you'll be brought into the company. I think you'll have a different title. I think someone else may have the title that they technically may have handed you, but I believe they're going to make a place for you. And then I think about 3 months after being there, you'll get a better title increase. So in other words, do it and you'll get it and it'll work out. And I think you'll be happy.
Fatima says, "Hi Chris, my son wants to borrow a few $1,000s from me to buy Bitcoin. Will all that go well?"
Well, I mean, you can do it. I wouldn't do it if I was you, and I don't think you'll make the money back. But psychics are not best with, that type of stocks, commodities, and money exchange. If that was the case, honestly, I'd own the world, and I certainly don't do that. We can't do numbers because everything's a number. I don't think you'll lose a lot. I don't think you'll gain a lot, so I think it's a moot point.
Joanne says, "Will Richard be released to come home on restrictions soon?"
Well, definitely yes, but here's the deal. He has to follow exactly what they say. If by any means of the imagination he doesn't follow what they have dictated that he's to do, he'll go right back in. He'll finish the rest of the sentence.
Linda says, "Will I ever get justice for my son's homicide?"
I mean, I think you're going to get a lot more than you do now, and nothing is going to be able to give you justice for what has occurred. Nothing. It's just not possible. So my heart goes out to you, truly it does. But I believe the one that has been responsible will definitely be convicted on it, not doing as much as should be done, in my opinion. But courts work in different ways. But there will be some justice. I don't think you'll be 100% happy with it. The one thing I can tell you is that your son did make it home, and he's happy, and he's content. And that's why you're always feeling somebody in the hallway right before your bedroom, right by the bathroom, because I think he just comes to send love, light, and energy and watch over you. So I know he's there, and I know he's happy. He made it home. That's the best news. And ultimately, when it's your time to go, he's going to be there for you. So this life, I know, can be hard when you lose the loved ones you have, but if there's anything that I can tell any of you, is that we do go home to heaven. There is truly a place to go to. I see my mother do the most amazing miracles in the world of today. In fact, if I didn't see it, I probably wouldn't believe it. Seeing it is believing it. And in so many ways, I have my mother around me more now than when she really was alive, which I appreciate. And people take life real serious. I don't look at it as being that serious because in my senses, we walk out of this dimension right into another dimension and we keep on going.
Kathy says, "Will my boyfriend survive COVID?"
Yes, he will. Absolutely. I think he's going to be a trooper. Are you kidding me? As damn stubborn as he is, do you have to ask that question? Yes, he'll survive it.
Carrie says, "My best friend's daughter ran away this weekend. Will we find her?"
Yeah, I think you pretty much have done that tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. I think they're staying with a friend just pissed off. So I don't think there's anything to worry about here. But I would still track them down and bring them home and do what they're going to do. But, it's just kids will be kids.
Carrie wants to know, she says, "Will I be recognized for my hard work at the job I'm at now? Will I get a raise?"
They don't have any money to give you a raise right now. I think it's just instilled in you that you're a hard worker from the get-go. And you'll do your job and the other people right next to you as far as their jobs because you want to look good. You want to make sure you're looking good. And no, I don't think it's going to get recognized at all this year. So don't have a fit about it and don't quit, because I think this next year coming with the management that's going to change and different types of things that will be coming into your organization, you will get noticed and that will come through. So it's like you don't get it and then you got a big leap. So stay put. I understand your aggravation with it, but you love what you do. You just don't like really who you are immediately working around, but you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for helping people.
Missy says, "Is my old dog sick?"
I think old you can get sick. So I would say normal aging process as animals do and as people do. And I think that the hardship with this, and keep in mind I'm a big animal lover, it comes a time where I am. I don't want to see anything in pain. I can't do that part. I kind of just can't. So it'll get to the point in time that when the time comes to where you'll make this happen. So I like it when they have their faces. I can see them. It's easier for me. instead of like just like a C or something like the faces on it.
I like the C. I think it's easy to
I don't
read.
care. I like the faces. Who's next?
Stephanie says, will I ever find true love?
Yeah, I think, you need to try to take this advice. Try to meet someone that you care about or you could be introduced to that would be more on an even playing field with you. You seem to meet people when they need you and you're helping them and you're trying to solve something, try to fix their life and trying to do all this, and all of a sudden you fall in love with them, and it's just more of an aggravation, heartache. On the other hand, I think your confidence, your self-esteem is not enough to where you feel like you could just go out and meet somebody that has a job and do all these types of things. It seems to be more intimidating for you. So why don't you just not think about it and just get out and about and activate? I think truly you'll be with friends. I think you'll be on an outing. I think you wanted to go home 2 hours earlier. It's not your vehicle. You can't go. And I think they stop over at a restaurant. More people coming. I think you'll meet the relationship. And I think you'll have his act together. And as long as you show that you're interested, then I think that this will take off. And the time frame on this, I think it'll be the end of April. That's very soon to now. So, get out and activate, but be careful around COVID.
Rhonda says, am I on the right road right now?
Yeah, but you're on the right road, going in the right direction, but a bit of a desert period. Everybody has a desert period in their life. It's not a big deal. You can't get plugged into it. It just means it's kind of like the calm before the storm. Storm doesn't mean bad and messy. Storm just means busy and a lot going on. So a lot of times things will slow up in our life to reboot ourselves and to recharge our batteries for what's coming. And someone like you that's a perfectionist, you'll jump to the conclusion that you're off track when you're not off track. It's just a slower period of time. So my advice is enjoy this time right now, because seriously, in about the next 4 months, you're going to be so busy. You're going to worry about if you're sleeping enough, if you're going to take a shower or anything else. It gets that busy. So now you have time, enjoy it, because when this time's gone, it ain't coming again. So have fun while you got it. It's a better way, trust me, because when I say you're working, say it wasn't kidding. But that's a good thing. I like to stay busy. I like to be here with you guys doing this. I love it.
Jenny says she loves the color of your shirt.
Now, do you mean that seriously? No. I'm partially colorblind. I can't see this pink. I've been known this pink, so it was a lot to get me to come on with this shirt on. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. See, she's sensing something.
It's very pink.
That's it.
Linda says, can you tell me about my health?
Yeah, I can. Your hormones are off. If you think about a partial hysterectomy, it's up to you. I'd keep the ovaries if you want to do that. That's not necessary, but you should go to an endocrinologist so they can tell you what's going on and get that regulated for you, so you get a handle on your water weight and your enthusiasm, because you feel blah, and that will fix all of that. You need to check your vitamin D, your vitamin E, and C would help you with your immune system. Also, there's some acid reflux coming on, and how you know that that's happening is your throat will feel like you can't swallow a pea, like it shrunk on you. You want to get online and look up acid reflux or hiatal hernia and give you a list of things you should be eating and what you should be eating, and follow that rule of thumb. And if you do that, abide by this will go away. Maybe a couple years will pass, it'll come up again, but it won't go into acid reflux or hiatal hernia. Why? Because you're fixing the problem before it occurs. Okay. You have arthritis runs in the family. It's not going to control your life. And there's depression. So you need to kind of look at that. But mostly and foremost, check your hormones. But all the major organs look healthy. I would suspect you die of old age and natural causes. So that's not too much of a concern.
Tara says, will I have to sell the house to take care of my sister at the nursing home?
Well, I want to say yes and no, but to give you my answer on that, you can keep the house, but that means you're just broke. You can pay for the house and you're just broke. So little by little things start falling apart and they go weigh on you, drive you crazy, because it's a lot to keep your sister where she's at. And you have to do that because you can't be up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If I was in your position, I would get out of the house. I would pay off most of my debt. I get into a smaller place, which is not upkeep, not as much to pay for, obviously. Sister's okay, you're okay. Otherwise, you better make damn sure you're emotionally connected to the house, because once you pay the house payment, there isn't anything. I mean, it's going to be tough to do. You can, but that's not the choice I would make. So it's your decision.
Mackenzie says, do I need another brain MRI?
I would say definitely yes, for one big reason. I don't mean any disrespect. You work yourself up to a state that's not very many people work themselves up to, and you panic, and you get upset, and you're worried. And any little thing of a cough of any sort, you automatically go back to what that is. Now, I don't want that for you. And if you go into the CAT scan or the MRI and the doctor says to you, look, it's okay, and we only see what we're supposed to say, you have to take that at face value and go on. So I would do that for that reason if you will not stop getting off your case. You got very good doctors. If they thought something was going on, they would mandate it. But if you can't put this to rest, go get the MRI. So the doctor tells you you're okay, and then you got to drop it. I want you to do that. Then say, well, there could be some, you didn't see what's there. You're fine. Your past is that. It's not coming out again. And you have to do the MRI so that you let go of it, then do it and be done with it.
Sam says, should we be concerned about my mom's vein issues?
Yeah, I mean, if you take from about the belt line down to the legs, with her lower extremities, the circulation is not that good and the veins are collapsing. So they can, and some varicose veins, they can do some surgery stuff with this. And they can always go into the hip area, and it's about an inch long where they can put a shunt in. And my father has this. And that helps with the circulation. And how you will know she's having this problem is when she's walking around, she will say like somebody has put a fire underneath her feet because of the tension with this. But there's a lot that they can do with this. You can look at Mayo Clinic or go to a specialist though. And I'm telling you, you won't think there's marvelous things you can do. And she's not at that level yet. So there's still repair work that can be done to have her a good, normal life.
Let's see.
Look at how fast these names are.
Yeah, it's very
How do you read that? Can you pin it? What do? You read that going across like that?
I try and track it.
Eugene, can you read that fast?
It's pretty fast, yeah.
And I'm looking at both Facebook and YouTube, so it's hard.
Well, that's because, yeah.
Let's see. Dawn says, is my son going to buy a house next year?
2022, yes. And it's going to be a nice house, but you heard it here first. He's going to tear the whole thing apart and do the whole damn thing all over again. He should just build one, for God's sakes. But I think he's going to get a good price, and it's a good project, and you're going to get tied into doing a lot of this. But, what are family for? I think that's great. I think it's good bonding, truthfully.
Kelly says, do I have a problem with my thyroid?
Yes, no. Your thyroid bounces around. So I think that they can regulate that, and that will be helpful so that can be fixed. So it's a problem that can be solved. I just have to express this with you guys. I'm so excited about being on Facebook and YouTube Live because I got followers on Facebook, and then I have YouTube. I'm thinking, how the heck do I get them to jump over? And now they don't have to jump over. We just go on and everyone's happy. I'm happy. There's Sam C. That was my first member. Do you remember that, Chris?
I do.
Okay. Where's my next question?
Ago?
Ready for questions. Give me more.
See. They go so fast.
Oh.
Jacqueline says, will we get a house?
Well, I mean, yes, but if you're talking soon to a house, you can do one of two things. If you want it within about a 2.5 year time period, you can lease to buy, which won't be what you want in the floor plan, but it'll be a good investment. Or if you're saying, I just want to buy and get settled into one house, if that's the case, then it'll be about 3.5 years. And I think that there will be someone that will loan you a little bit of money that I think you'll be able to take equity out after about a year and give it back to them. So you're going to piecemeal this together. It'll be a nightmare as far as filling everything out, but don't give up because it'll happen. It looks like it's a 1-story open floor plan on a bigger size lot, and you'll love it, and it's well worth it. So congratulations on that. I'm happy for you. You deserve it. And where you're at is driving you crazy.
Sarah Brooks says, my mother-in-law sees a flashing light arc in her left eye multiple times a day. What could that be from? She says Google and WebMD have scared her.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor. The only part of the equation that I can say is it's not spiritual. There's no energy around. There's nothing like that. So this is a medical thing going on. I see an ophthalmologist. I also know there's nothing that you're going to be dying for, nothing that's going to totally change your life. So please go to get this checked out. I'm sure they'll give you some medical definition and this will be okay, but there's nothing going on spiritually around you. There's nothing negative, evil, harmful, hurtful, anything like that. So get that out of your head and I'd go see an ophthalmologist.
Christina says, hi Chris, will I buy a house this year?
No, I think it'll be next year. I think the reason is, how do I say? I guess I put you picky and you just want a nicer house, so you got to save a little bit more for what you want, so that's not bad.
Joanne says, when will we be moving?
I believe you'll move the end of May, and I don't think it's very far geographically, but I think this is just a really good move because I think the last 2 moves that you've been going through, you just haven't felt at home. And this has a whole different feel to it. And you know what I mean by that. Sometimes you take a plane flight or you're traveling somewhere and you get off the plane and I don't know what the heck is going on with me, but I just feel like I'm home and it's very familiar. Or sometimes you meet a person and you love them, or in fact, you can meet a person, you can just hate them. It can go either way.
Veronica says, I've gained a lot of weight and want to know if I'm going to be losing it anytime soon.
Okay, so I don't want you to be irritated with me, but the weight gain is because of how you eat daily. You eat a lot of food, and it's all junk food. So if I'm looking at it from a psyche standpoint, I just say if you go back to the basics, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, count your calories and exercising, you don't have a weight problem. So it's you doing it. So just do it. I know once you get started with it, you'll get gung-ho. But for you to get yourself started, I would actually spend the money for a trainer, or I'd join one of these Craig thingies, because you go there, they're helping you, got support, and you're actually paying someone while you're sitting there training, and you will go. And in the beginning, to get this going for you, because this is such a big part of your life taking over, I think it's worth that investment to get you started on it for the first month. And then after that, you can go solo. But let's get this going, because dear, honestly, there's nothing medically. This is you just doing it. So you just have to, eat right. And the thing that confuses me about the question is that you're so nutritionally smart, you can teach me a thing or two, but you're not doing it. So please do it. You'll get great results.
Oh no, I lost mine. I had one that I was sticking with.
See how you are? There's no way I can attempt to read this. Can they see? Can they see how fast this goes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what we're dealing with over here.
Yeah, it's tough.
Hey, look at the flames in the heart. Well, can't see that no more.
It's just gone immediately. Amanda says, should I stick it out with my current husband or leave?
It depends. Do you want a roommate? You have a roommate. That means it's convenient, and finances are convenient. And you love him, but you're not in love with him. You're not going to love him because you can't stand him and he annoys you. And that's as good as it's going to get. And if this was me, I would do this, but I would plan to do it what's going to be financially right, so you can do the best through this transition, because when you leave, he's going to be pissed. And even though you've done most for everything here, that's not how he's going to see it. But here's the thing. You can't meet anybody when you're with him. You're not happy in your life. You're very kind, you're very loving, and he's always in a mood. From one minute to the next, he flips through moods. If I had somebody like that in my room, I'd say, hell, how am I going to do this? One minute I get something, he's into nothing, and nothing. It's too difficult, bottom line. I think anybody that knows you, when you do something, you do 110%, you're kind and loving. I would go down and file divorce yesterday. That's me. But if you stay, the bottom line, it is an easy prediction for me. If you ask me this in 10 years, I'd tell you the same thing. He's never going to change. So if you want to do something, you have to take the reins and do it. I personally would do that, because you'll meet somebody, you'll remarry and be happy. That I know to be true. On the other hand, if you just stay put and go out and go nowhere, then that passes you by. So you got to make a decision. I just give you my input.
Stacy says, will they win my disability case, and when?
Well, I mean, you've got 2.5 more years, and you're not losing when they tell you no. You're just going to the next step, and you're jumping through another hurdle. So here's the thing. If you stick with it another 2.5 years, your time, your money, your investment, you will get it. If you say, the hell with this, I can't do this anymore, then obviously that's the outcome. So bottom line is, if you just stay with this, it will happen. I'm sorry it's 2.5 years. If I could do it for you, I would make it now. And the hardest thing I have with my field is I wish when people ask me things that I could give you all the details of this, why, and, but a psychic doesn't get it like that. How a psychic gets it is the end verdict. Yes, that's the end. We have no idea how it goes from here to here, okay? So anytime when I predict, you can be more than happy to call me back and say, Chris, you predicted this, and this is how it came to the turn of events, because I'm left hanging. But I would be more detailed if I could do it. It's just the ability doesn't work that way.
Donna says, I'm 63 years old. Will I be in a romantic relationship again?
Well, no, because you're not going anywhere. So you're not even getting online. I would get online if I was you, to build your confidence. You won't meet anybody really that you like. But there's a gentleman that works in agriculture or farming kind of thing that I think that you'll run across about the end of September of this year that you'll like. And if you just show interest, that can turn into a companionship. Now, my definition of a companionship is he has his ranch or farm wherever he works, so he's not going to leave that. You're not going to move in with him. So you have your place. He has his place. You guys go out and do things. You go over there for a couple nights. You go over your house for a couple nights. And that's what this is. So if you want to do that, then do that. And if you don't, when you meet him, just remember in the back of your head, that's as far as it's going to go. Okay? But dear, honestly, I mean no disrespect, but you literally do nothing to meet anybody. How could this happen?
Kayla says, will I succeed if I go to beauty college?
You will succeed as you go to beauty college, but the only thing you're going to really like doing is hair. So I would take that to the level. I wouldn't do what you want to do, and that's open a full service salon where you do your hair, face, and nails, and all that. You can, but you're going to have to find your A team, because the only thing you're going to really want to do is your hair.
Kat says, is my true love... Oh, it's gone. Okay, that sucks. Crystal
What?
says, will I beat my food addiction?
Beat my food addiction. Yes, I believe that you can, because honestly, I think you're just so tired feeling like you do, okay? And I know it's one of the hardest things for you, but you will, because this has tortured your whole life, and you're such a sweetheart. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to get helping with people with food addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addictions, and you're going to help a lot of people. And what better that you've gone through what you've gone through, losing what you've gone through. I would rather see a person like that and sit through that classroom than someone that has a PhD or a doctorate that's gone through textbook. You've lived it. So your reasoning for doing this is so much more than just you, but helping so many people. So I champion that a lot, because you're very much of a survivor and a fighter, and I'm proud of you. And just think of that, remind me of something. I had a client that came over last week and brought a 2-pound bag of sea candy, okay, a box, okay. I love sea candy, okay. It's like a Dorito chip. You can't just have one, okay. So I'm eating the whole thing, right? I must have bounced around these walls on my clients for the next 3-4 hours. I was sugar rushed. Oh, I was so sick. Oh my God. So don't get me sea candy again, babe.
You like chocolate? What's your favorite kind?
Is there a bad kind?
Yes.
I'm a sweet eater. I like everything. My favorite ice cream is chocolate chip ice cream, but I butterscotch over it. Now my mouth is watering. I gotta go leave and go to the kitchen now. I'll eat any kind of ice cream. I won't like the bubblegum stuff. I like the real, that kind of stuff.
That's the good stuff. I don't like chocolate, so I don't eat anything.
I don't like biting into it. Maybe because I'm older and you hit a hard piece of candy, you worry about your tooth. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I like
you
more
are a
milk.
senior citizen now, right? Aren't you?
Oh, that's it. Yes, that's true. Yeah, I go to the dentist to get my senior citizen Grand Slam breakfast. Wait till you get there, Chris. You'll get there.
I've got a few years.
Yep.
Let's see. Cammy says, is my life situation going to get better soon?
Your life situation is good. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen around you. But if you look at life from a psychic's perspective, when you have your family, your friends, and your health, that's everything. If you were to ask me who's the richest person in the world, you have all the money in the world, in fact, but if you're terminally ill, it doesn't mean a damn thing. You're not going to take your body, your houses, your cars. You're going to take your memories with you and your friends and your family. I look for my time away from work, being with my loved ones, my animals, and having good times and good memories. That's what it's all about. I'm not looking for drama or this or egos. I just want to have fun, because that's what gets you through life. Anytime you have anything hard, you go to there in your mind. If I have a hard day, I think back, wow, when I was sick and my mom made me go to work, heck, I made it through that. I'll make it through this. You have a good life and you're healthy. Come on. You've had some bad things happen, but, dust yourself off and get up. We all fall down. Just matters how quickly we get back up.
Let's see. Gidget says, when will I move to Arizona?
You're not going to Arizona. I think that's a good thing, too, because, well, I will say you'll go out there, and when you go out there and you get more time there, you're not going there. And that's for a good reason. You're staying right around where you're at. And that's a positive thing. Even though you're not agreeing with me right now, give it time to come out before you say, oh, no, just give it time.
Diana says, will I be moving back home anytime soon?
You're definitely moving back home, but for some reason you're procrastinating. I don't know the reasoning for that because I can't read your mind. So it'll be about midsummer. I think you should pack up now and go, because you're just so aggravated where you're at. I just go.
Annie
says, hold on. You know how when you're feeling that homesick kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Who likes that? Go home. Go ahead, sorry.
Annie said something about wanted to know when she was moving to Florida.
I think the end of this year or the first part of next year. So it could be December, it could be January, but right at that turning point. Now, you guys know that I'm going to just tell the new people that have come on that we're going to be recording the next show for next Sunday. So if you don't get your questions answered here from me, you're going to want to put it down in the comment section below, because we're going to record after this and we're going to post it at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time next Saturday. And then the following Saturday, it'll be the same that it is now.
Denise says, what can I carry for luck?
What?
What can I carry for luck?
Well, I mean, you can carry anything you want to carry, but I mean, it's just, I would positively program and visualize for my luck. I mean, rocks, rabbit's feet, these types of things, it's only what you put into it. It's just material things. So if you want something and say, okay, this is my lucky piece, and say a few prayers, put it in your pocket, go ahead. I don't need something like, you don't need things like that to have luck, believe it or not.
Let's see.
Man, this couch, I'm going to have to get the desk in here or something, Chris.
Let's do it. I like
so
that.
Is it a different thing that they see too? They see what I'm seeing?
They see the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a different, like a chat that's in between both.
Okay. Now, this for a second, guys. Yeah. It doesn't give me a choice to have a different format on my screen. Like I used to see myself, now I'm not seeing myself. So.
Nope.
I don't see myself anymore?
Nope.
That's a good thing.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. These go so fast.
I know.
Carrie says, will my horse Legend and I compete at a high level?
Say that again to me.
Will my horse Legend
yes.
and I?
Yeah. I think Legend is it. I think Legend is good. Very temperamental, doesn't like a lot of new people, loves you. Yeah, I would talk with him. And here's the thing, you're going to think I'm crazy. When you go around him and you're emotionally upset and you're distraught, he picks right up on that. So he's very sensitive. Unlike a person could be an empath, the animal senses that. Be upbeat, be jolly, be confident. We're going to win this, we're going to do that. And he'll take you. He'll take you all the way. So be the positive coach there.
Rebecca.
Wow, did you see that with all the faces and hearts? It went so quick, I blinked and missed it.
It's really hard. Rebecca says, why is Todd so important to me? I don't understand.
Oh, neither do I, because I don't think this person has done anything remarkably for you in this life, except I will say this. You have had about 2 different past lives with this particular individual, and I think that those lifetimes were not a lot of time spent. I think it ended out early. And I think you've met this individual in this lifetime, and you're almost afraid that they're going to go away. Because sometimes, even though we're in this life, we can have some cell memory from a past life. To go into that more in detail, you have to almost have a regression, and then go. You tell us, we guide you, and we put it together for you. But I wouldn't really spend the money on that, because realistically, it's not anything karmically. There's no karma that you got to redo here. And just realize it's carried over from a past life, and get through it. But it's not like something you're saying to me, Chris, I'll never meet anybody more than Todd. It's not that. You'll meet somebody more important. You're just hooked on this in your mind right now. It'll come in about 1.5 years, a new individual.
Shelly says, my dog Abby hasn't been doing well. Oh, it's gone. She's on heart and water pills. Do you see her getting better?
I think we're buying time. And the system, if the intestinal tract, stomach, it's wearing out. And this is congenital. So this is how the family tree goes. Nothing you can do with this. So by what you're doing is going to extend life. But, it's wearing out.
Yolanda says, will my family be moved out of the house we're renting before May of 2021?
No. You're going to have to go there. And you got to be careful with that, because people that rent have there's rules, there's laws. So I know you don't want to get this into this kind of squatting kind of deal, but honest to goodness, get the paperwork started, because they're not going to go unless they have to go. I'm so sorry about this. I've had rental properties. I'll never do it again, but I know you did this out of the kindness of your heart. I know that you've given this. It's no money really to you. I'm so sorry that you go through this, but I would start the paperwork, because it's going to be a minute to get them out.
Kamala says, will I get help with my delinquent teenage grandson? He's really going down the wrong side of the road with drugs and crime.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And if my mother Sylvia was here today and something like that was going on, she'd be screaming to the highs of the heavens. You got to talk to these people. Say, listen, I'm afraid this young man is not okay. He's upset. He's depressed. And get him in the doctors, get him diagnosed, get him on the right medication, and we'll save his life and everyone else's. Because he's just like a time bomb, and a time bomb can go off at any time. So, talk to the people and just keep talking, and you'll get the help. Sometimes you got to just be really persistent. So yes, you will. But you hear how I sounded with my voice? Because I had a client that had to scream talking to him. I'll lose my voice. You're going to sound like me getting this right. But you'll get it done, and everything will be okay. But you can't really take no for an answer because no one's hearing how bad this is. So you got to get that through to them.
Deborah says, will I find love with a celebrity?
What?
Will I find love with a celebrity?
You mean be with a person that's a mate with a celebrity? No. But you can love all kinds of celebrities, but I don't actually see that happens, that you're going to be married to a celebrity, if that's the accurate question.
Rhonda says, hi, I have a big move coming my way. Do you see anything positive?
I think it's all positive. I think what's negative is you waiting to do it and the process of doing it. But after you get through that, and I don't know anybody likes to move because it's just so much stuff. But once you get there, you'll feel at home. You'll be so happy. You'll be really, really happy. Just, program that it's going to be tough to get the process of it. After the process is over, I think you'll be absolutely delighted. I'm so happy because you deserve that. You'll finally feel like you're home.
Laura says, am I in danger from my hernia?
Well, I mean, yes. I don't think it's going to explode or anything like that, but why would you press the envelope? I mean, why would you take care of this? You can't be lazy with this. You got to call them up and let them know and get them checked out and get scheduled for this. It's a little tiny incision and put that mesh in and you're done. Please do this because you're a very active person. If you're lazy and just sat on the couch all day and didn't do anything, that's different, but you're doing all such things, and this can get a whole lot worse, and you don't want to risk that. So please get this taken care of as soon as possible. I don't know why you're waiting like you're waiting.
Kelly says, how long should I wait to build our house?
I would wait about, I would say 2 years. Reason, you'll have plenty of money. You'll have new ideas that will come in that you want more, that you'll be able to do more. You'll meet even a better builder that will take the reins on this, and it all just seems like it would gel at that time. You could do it at this time, and it's going to be a long build, and you're going to have to build with none of the flooring, the counters, the fixtures that you want, and then you can let the house settle for 5 years and go in, rip it out, and redo it, or you can wait the 2 years and do it like you want it the first time, and that's what I would do. You know what I keep thinking? I'm thinking, what am I missing today? And I keep missing. I'm thinking I got to shut down on Facebook and go to YouTube.
It's weird. It's really weird.
It's different. I'm happy because everyone's together here. Of course, I can't see it. It's a blur. It goes so fast. I don't remember it going this fast on going to Facebook.
Would you like to know why?
Yes.
You have 538 people on Facebook and then 138 on YouTube.
That's why it's going
so
so fast.
760.
We can't pin these things. You can't make one of those people named stick.
Not really.
And put up here at the top. You can't do it.
No, not on this website.
All right.
Jennifer says, I had cancer. Am I going to get it back?
No, but you're going to go through all the different tests and things like this. So you go and have your x-rays. You're going to listen exactly what the doctors tell you. And no, I think that's your past.
Linda says, how is Bobby's operation?
Good. I do think there's going to be more that's going to be done. Not the same operation, but something that he can do elective that will make things even better. And that's your guys' choice. I would do it because I think it went very, very well.
Karen says, will I get custody of my grandchildren?
Yeah. And then you have that for about 2.5 years. And the mom will come back in and want the child. And you can do the joint custody at that point in time. And don't let her bully and just take the child. It's better if you're in the child's life because unfortunately, I'm very sorry about this. Even though they come back in, they straighten out the life, they'll get the 50% of custody, and then they fall off the wagon of their life, and then they're going down a straight track. So you want to be in the child's life because this is like a time and then you get the child back again. So sorry about that.
Sean says, will my health get better?
Yeah, because you're doing something about it. So it'll do nothing but get better because you're trying. So before you just relying on, I'll get better now. Now you're trying, so it makes all the difference in the world.
Let's see. Christy says, any big changes coming my way?
Well, I mean, I don't know your definition of changes when you project a question to me like it's like a full life reading. I mean, your health is pretty good. I mean, seriously, work is not going to change. House is not going to change. But if I look at your life, you're doing good, healthy, so you never be happy with the norm. Never be unhappy with the norm. Do you see all those question marks?
I do.
What was that? You don't know.
She says, anything for me.
That's a reading.
Linda says, will I get married again?
Yes, you're very much the marrying type, but let me define my definition of married. When I see two people live together, they share a mortgage, they pay a car payment, and they go grocery shopping, live under the same roof, live in the same bed, soap, shampoo, conditioner, to me that's marriage. A psychic doesn't necessarily see the certificate of it. So going to an altar, that's up to you, but living life as a marriage, if this is a marriage, I don't know what is.
Adelaide says, will I live a long life?
Well, ultimately, I believe that is between you and God, but I think I can give you a ballpark figure, so that would be somewhere between 82 to 87, which could be any one of those years, but anybody making it in their 80s, in my opinion, is a long time.
Let's see. Linda says, will my 7-year lawsuit be settled to make me whole?
Well, I mean, it's going to be settled, but it's going to be another couple of years, and you're not going to get everything you want, so you had to do it, and you'll get all the expenses paid, and you'll have some left over, but nothing's going to pay you for what you've gone through.
Let's see. Elizabeth says, do you ever get tired of answering everybody's questions?
No, I don't, because I'll tell you why. It's my whole life. I've done this my whole life. I love doing this, or I do a different job. And I like people. I always think there's something that I've heard it all. And every time I say I heard it all, something comes in and it's new. And the reason why I like my job so much is not only that I love people, but imagine this. Get up, get a shower, get ready, go to work. In my case, it's in my same house right now because of the pandemic. And I get on the phone, and I'm there with a new person. And I could be anywhere in the world, going over any circumstance in the world. And how can you get tired of that? Because every half an hour of my life is completely different. I never know what I'm in for until I'm there. Sometimes you have a reading, and it could be somebody sick or a child that has something, and it kind of wipes you out, and you got to pull yourself together. And sometimes you can do 15, 20 people, don't even feel like you went to work at all. And you bounce around like, this is great. So I never know what my day is. You can't get tired of that. I sometimes have a hard time when someone's asking me a lot of questions, and I have to be ethical. I have to be honest, and they ask me 4 questions, and it's no on the 4 questions, and then they're paying me money for this. I feel so bad because it's not going to come out the way that they want it. And a lot of times they're upset with me because they see their life, or they projected their life to be a certain way, and I just said no to it. I'm not a 900 number. I'm not here for entertainment purposes. I have to be accurate. If I'm not 85% accurate, no matter who my mother was, Sylvia Browne, you're not going to come to me. They say, God, Sylvia Browne was good, but the son sure sucks, and I'm out of my job. So I have people that come in and try to muscle me to say this or that, and here's the bottom line. You can love me or hate me, but the one thing you're going to get is my honest psychic ability. I will tell you good. I will tell you bad. I will tell you everything I see. I'll be 100% honest with you. I wouldn't know why somebody would book with me if they didn't want that. So you give me the permission to look at your life. And I won't put myself in a position to say something to you and not have it come out, because you're going to call me up time down. Chris, you give me a prediction. What the hell happened? But I got to deal with you now. I got to deal with you later. And my heart goes out to you because a lot of you guys have been hurt. And I've had those simple things in my life. And somebody say, no, it's not going to work. And then you get it, because I'm not going to lead you on or torture anything, but I'm going to give you the truth. And there's an old saying, if you don't want the answer, don't ask the question. So, I want good for everybody and all of you, but I will do the best as I can, to the best of my ability can. I ask for a 2-hour window of time. That doesn't always work out because, Christmas time and tax time, people are more melancholy, and I have a lot of emergencies coming through. And sometimes I can get on the phone an hour early and get on the phone 3 hours late. And my clients, they're on your 2-hour window. Well, there's a reason. When you come in to have a reading with me, and I'm answering your questions. If you were my psychic and I was a client and you say, okay, time's up, gotta go, goodbye, I'm looking at, I got 5 more questions, I'll be pissed off and upset. I want my money back. I'm kind of in stitches. I know it's hard for you to hear what you're going to hear from me because you'll know what you're hearing from me. But know this, I'm going to answer every damn question you have to the point you say, Chris, I don't know what else to ask you. Why? Because it's your life. It's very important. It happens to be my life too. Why? Because I've been doing this for 39 years. I kind of like to keep doing it. And I'm not going to cut you off. I'm going to finish my job because that's the way to do business. On the other hand, I get 90% of my clients, don't worry about it, Chris. If you run over, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But then I get that one person with that egg timer saying, you're 27 seconds late. Well, it's not intentional. But so if I'm running late, forgive me. I know your time's important. Also know, don't feel rushed with me because we're going to answer everything you got. That's my job. And I either have the choice of cutting the person off or finishing my job. I choose to finish my job. And I always can't run out of that 2-hour window, but I do my best.
Laura says, is my job secure?
Yes, but you've got this person that works with you, and they're crazy, and they're mean, hateful, and devious. They can fire you, they do it in a heartbeat. You love your job, but it reminds me of high school, actually, junior high, the game, playing, all that kind of stuff. Rise above it. You do what I do. Play the dumb pineapple. You know what's going on. Don't lower yourself to this. Do your job. It'll all come out in the wash. And for God's sakes, don't let them know that they're pissing you off and be like putting gasoline on a burning flame. They're immature, and let them hang themselves with this. Don't play into it. I know it's easier for me to say that done because I'm not in your predicament, but that's the way you get done with this once and for all.
Let's see. Larissa says, will my son's father ever try to be in his life again?
Yes and no. I think he'll call up. I think you'll want to see him and this kind of stuff and set it out for a few weeks, and that'll come time and he won't show. And then he might show and then take him for 5 minutes and put him back. Here's the deal. You're going to be his mom and dad. And you're a really good person. And to give you a piece about me is my mom raised me. I've had 6 stepfathers, more fingers I have on one hand. But my mom raised me. Most of them were jealous of my mother's and my relationship because if somebody called me a mommy's boy, I'd be very proud to take the title. My mom were always close. And I'll tell you straightforward, I feel like I had a mom and dad. I don't feel like I missed anything. And I'll tell you this, even though I am a father, I think kids can do okay without their father. I don't think they can do okay without their mother. So, I think I turned out okay. Trust me. Love your children. It will all be okay.
Veronica says, will my husband be okay soon?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely yes.
Lisa says, what's going to happen to my health?
Well, I mean, if you take your medication and you eat right and you exercise right, your blood pressure and issues with the heart and your digestive system and blood sugar will start straightening out, but it's better late than never. So you can be okay, but you know what everyone's telling you. You just got to do the right thing. Oh, my legs are killing me.
Yeah, mine are too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, my left foot's asleep. Rena says, will my oldest have a boy?
After he has a girl, yeah. Eventually, yeah. And they'll be healthy, so be happy about that. But you're going to be a grandma a lot of times over, so congratulations.
Becky says, is my mother... Oh, it's gone. These are so challenging to do.
I know. Maybe we can find... If you guys know anything that we don't know, because these questions come in very fast, if there's any way we can slow it down or pin it or something, tell us in the comment section, and we'll pick it up and learn from it.
Let's see. Margaret says, I have a spirit in my house named James. And it's gone again. Oh, man.
So what's the question to me?
I don't know. I lost it.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't do it.
This one I can do. Jerry says, do I need to get a new car, and will I be able to pay for it easily? They want to get an electric car if they have to.
Okay. Well, I'm all about electric cars, but you got to realize it's going to be a royal pain to keep that up to get it charged. So you might want to get a hybrid where you do the charge and the gas. I think you'd be happier with that choice. And you don't have a choice. You got to get a car because your car is not going to start. And there's nothing worse than going out and turn the key and you can't do what you're going to do. You're going to have to pay a payment, which is going to be tough for you. But I tell you something right now. I'd rather pay a payment with a warranty than get out and have it go to a mechanic. And one thing happens to another. And then you're constantly renting cars. And that's your life. So get rid of that that lemon, and go there, and they'll get you on a payment plan, and you'll pay it. But you do all battery. Don't call me back and say, because you're going to be stuck out there a lot, because there's certain places that you have to charge the things with. Will be where you want to be in the next 3 to 4 years, but I would do a hybrid if I was you, but do what you want.
Phyllis says, what is wrong with my dog's health?
The age, everything is getting older, and there's some, like people, some people can be 50 and be really super old and not do anything. Some people can be 80 and run around like a chicken with a head cut off, So the animal, for the breed and everything like that, it's 7 years per R1. It's wearing down. So this is the normal circle of life.
Deb says, will I ever find my birth parent?
No, I don't believe that you will. I'm sorry. Don't feel bad. I never found my birth father.
Rena says, is my health on the right track?
Yes, and you know that already, but I can confirm that for you. And good job, because you were in really bad shape and you turned it around. See, you should go on and talk to people and have the people talk to you, because you're living proof that you can turn things around from how things were to how things down. You know exactly what I'm telling you. Look at all those cactuses. Do you see those real quick? Eugene, did you get that? All those cactuses go away?
Yeah, she says, that's Shelly, and she says, will this desert period end soon? And then put a lot of cactuses.
Okay. It's lasted about as long as the cactuses, huh? No, it's not going to end to the end of next month. That's almost there. You've been in it for about 5 months, so next month is a lot sooner.
Claire says, is Florida in my future?
As a trip to, not as to our residence, as an address to live, no. Chris, seriously, are you reading it going by this fast?
I'm trying.
That's how you can't slow it down at all?
Not really.
Eugene, can you read any of those?
That's pretty fast.
Okay,
Yeah,
good luck, Chris.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's see. Tanya says, am I going to have another child in the future?
One more, yes. Conceiving time, that would be not this year, first part of next year, and then, of course, 9 months from that.
Goodness.
Is that the same cactus person that just went by? Or
No.
were they four-leaf clovers and went so quick? I don't know.
No, that is not the same cactus person. That is Elizabeth, and she says, when and how will I leave the guy I'm with and find who I'm meant to be with?
Well, I mean, it's in stages. You got to leave first, obviously, and you just got to do it. There's no right preparation. You just got to call a family member saying, I'm going to be at your door, and you just got to just go. If you don't, he's just going to do everything he can to keep you, and the guilt trips and everything. It's going to just drag on, and you're miserable. So pack up and go. Seriously, I would do that, because you got family that will help you, and then you have a chance to meet the guy, but that doesn't come in for 2 years. You don't want it right now, because you don't want to play off an old tape. You want to start fresh, and you got to get your life situated, get it going. If you did have a new guy come in right now, you wouldn't have any time for him, but you got to get out of this guy, because if someone sat there and asked you, is there anything you like about this guy? You say, no, I can't stand him. Then you got to go.
Candace says,
Look at all the bunnies.
Yeah, Candace says, can you tell me about the outcome of my brain tumor?
Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I think they will treat it and shrink it and treat it some more, and you'll be okay.
Tanya says, are my daughter and I ever going to get closer?
Your daughter has a chemical imbalance. So that means she will come around and get upset, mad for something that you said that you didn't mean it the way that she took it, and she feels you took it that way. She took it that way, so she'll disappear for a year because of whatever reason, and then she'll come back in, and then act like no, sorry, nothing, and everything will be okay until something is said and she takes it the wrong way, and there she goes again. So you got to ride the tide. You be happy with the time that you spent, and just realize that unless she gets treated by a medical doctor and gets diagnosed and gets on the medication, we're not going to stop this cycle of events. Now, if she was on the phone with me and I was telling her this, I'd be hearing a dial tone right now. So I don't know how you're going to get her to do that. I'm sorry. I wish that would work out well. So if I was you, I'd enjoy the time she has, and when she goes away, wish her the best. When she comes back in, enjoy the time you have.
Missy says, thank you for making time for all of us. If my husband gets the job
You're
offer,
sweet. I wish I could do something to slow down this chat so I could read some myself, but I can't do it.
She says, if my husband gets the job offer, should he take it?
Yes, he should. I don't even know why that would be a question. You know better than that. He works a lot anyways, and he stresses a lot anyways. You might as well get paid for it. You know this.
Tiffany says, will my surgery go well?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. That's not the worry or concern I have. The concern I have is you get up the next day and clean the house. Knock it off. You do exactly what the doctor tells you, or you're going to be back in there. So just do what they say House can be cleaned eventually, but you just are very, 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 very stubborn.
Amanda says, will I be purchasing my first home this year?
Yes, I believe no later than August. I think actually in the month of August. Look at all the hearts. Thank you, Chris. Welcome. It's rolling by really quickly.
Yeah, these refresh probably about every 3 seconds. It's terrible. Tanya says, do you have a message from my birth mom?
No, but I think she's over there on the other side. I think she's traveling a lot. I don't think she's got gypsy in her blood. And I think you'll get over there with her, and I think about 27 others, meaning you have that many past lives. There's a lot of family, friends, loved ones over there. So this is your last lifetime. That's good. I'm happy that for you. So I'm going to say it once again, guys. If you don't get your question answered here, we're going to shut down. Not we'll shut down right now, but we'll shut down this. And then we're going to get a lot of the questions out of the comment section. So that's where we want to place it. And then we're going to post it next Sunday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And look for your name and all this because we'll be answering. But we're just going to record it because Chris is going on vacation. He didn't even ask to take me with him. I can't go. Where are you going?
I want to go.
Where are you going?
To visit my grandmother.
Where is she at?
Fresno.
Fresno. Okay. Well, that'll be good times.
Not really.
You've been trying to get there for a while. I know that, huh?
Yeah, about a month and a half.
Well, go see Grandma. It'd be good for you.
Yeah, I have to. She has dementia, so I want to be able to see what she recognizes me.
You know what? Dementia or Alzheimer's, you got to understand that for them, it's not hard because they meet new faces, and it's really not. But for the family, it's hard because you walk in, who are you? That kind of thing. It's hard with that, but realize they're okay because they meet a new friend all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at the bunnies here. Who's that?
Money signs, you said?
Bunnies. The bunnies.
Oh, the bunnies.
They're gone now.
I'm looking for the bunnies.
They're still wishing me happy birthday. Thank you.
Christina, that's the bunny person. She says, have I met the one, and wants a description of them?
Haven't met the one? No. We'll be meeting the one this year. Medium brown hair, touch of red, hazel eyes, heavy set, stocky, large boned, clean shaven, about 6 feet tall. Works for the telephone company.
These go so fast.
I know, they really do.
Jennifer says, will my mom's cancer come back?
I want to say it like this. I think with the charts and how the white cell count all that comes at, I don't think that they'll say it's back, but I think they'll see different levels change. And because they see the different levels change, I think they'll want to take her through and do a treatment. And then they'll look at all how they do, and then we'll be fine. And then a few months will pass by, and X-ray and look at all of it, we'll be fine. So it looks like there's a little bit more to do, but it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing like what you've gone through or anything like that. So a little bit more, and we're all finished up, so to speak. That's a good thing.
Sandy says, do you see my older son in a good career?
Yeah, I mean, he's very smart. And how you know he's smart is because when he likes something, he's very good at it. When he doesn't do it. So that's not learning, that disability. That's just selective doing what you want to do. So he'll do very well, and he'll get out of this laziness. But you got to get him a little bit older. He's a little bit of a late bloomer, but that doesn't matter because he's a good person. He's a light entity. He's very smart. He'll do very well. So there's nothing to worry about this. I just kind of let things be right now. Just let him do his thing because you're going to do one thing, others is going to do what he's doing anyways.
Tanya said, will my uncle come back from COVID?
What?
Will my uncle recover from COVID?
Yeah, it's going to be a long go. And it's so weird with this COVID because everybody gets something different. But yeah, I think he's going to survive it. It's just, he's got to build his own immune system up. It was no easy feat for him, but he's not ready to go. He's too stubborn for that. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. Look at all the sunshines.
No.
Who was that?
Sunshine.
I keep waiting for it to feed back up, and I try to catch it.
Yeah, and it doesn't, right?
No.
Miguel says, what are my spiritual gifts?
You have an empath sense to you. In case you don't know what that means you go into a room, and somebody's in the room sick. Why? Because you feel it. Or you go in the room, you don't hear anything, and two people are fighting and arguing. So you say, oh, I'm sorry, don't mean to interrupt your fight. We're not fighting. Yeah, sure you're not. I'll be outside when you're done. So you'll have that. Now, empath, that's great, but you just always want to do probably kind of what I do. When I wake up in the morning before my feet hit the ground, I always say, please, God, surround me in the white light of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Why? Because I don't know what my day consists of. It could be readings, it could be healings, it could be resting, it could be hypnosis, it could be all of the above. I want to make damn sure I can do my very best to help people and give it 110%. and stay well. I don't want to make somebody well myself sick. I want to make somebody well and stay well. So just that I'm saying that, it's like in my vision of protective shield, whatever comes at me goes back to the sender. I have friends and colleagues that chant for 8 hours a day. First of all, I hate chanting. I'm not spending 8 hours doing it. I have that luxury of time I work, okay? Mine takes 3 seconds to say. I've been doing my practice for 39 years. I haven't even gotten a hiccup. So I like to just pass that on to you.
Things Unknown says, do you see me as a successful movie actor? I just scored my first movie.
Well, yes. I mean, so let me define what I feel your definition of a successful movie actor would be. That means you're doing the movies and you're doing nothing else but the movies. Okay. That life will happen in 3 years. Right now, your life is a movie, job, movie, job. Past 3 years, you'd say, okay, I can just be in the entertainment industry. 3 years at the level you want it to be, yes.
Summer says, will I get the career I've worked so hard for by next school year?
No, I think it's a year premature, but I think it will be the following year. So that, just have patience with it. You'll get it, but just not as soon as you want, but you'll get it.
Let's see. Linda says, what is my sister doing on the other side?
She works in Hall of Records, so she does all the research and things like that. Look at like what a forensic scientist or a forensic accountant does, or got all the little stuff and noting and putting it down. So that's great.
Luna says, should I continue through this doctorate program? I'm exhausted.
Well, look at it this way. If you don't finish, you're going to be upset with yourself until you do finish. And why stop? And then you have to do it all over again. You're already complaining about how much money you owe. And you can't really take direction. You're like my mom. If somebody tells you what to do, you're all pissed off. So that means you got a lead you can't follow. So what are your choices? Hate the school and finish it, okay? Or be upset the rest of your life that you're not in the job that you want. Come on. You know the answer to that. Just stick it out. In some cases, I say, take a break from school. I don't want you to take a break from school. I want you to stay with it. Why? Because you won't go back. And you'll be happy with your life. You'll be happy with your job. You'll make a lot of money, and you'll look back on the saying, thank God I do it. So do it. Get it done so you don't have to think about it anymore.
Judy says, will my liver be okay?
Well, yeah, but you got to do what's right for your liver. Your liver counts up. You already know this. But the liver will rebuild itself. My mother, Sylvia, had hepatitis when she was 21. And they cut out 3/4 of her liver. Most of it grew back, by the way. There's no other organ that will recondition and reboot itself better than the liver. So you haven't damaged it beyond recognition. But you have to change your lifestyle.
Jennifer says, how long until my dad's estate is done?
About another year. The family's just a nightmare, so I'm sorry about that. If the family wasn't doing what it's doing, it would have been already done, but you know that. But it's getting close. What are all those blue things right there?
Butterflies.
What?
Those are butterflies.
Oh, that's butterflies?
They are.
They're going so fast again. The other ones are snowflakes?
Those are snowflakes, yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Tammy says, what are my spiritual gifts?
Well, you know, everybody is psychic. It's just like an athlete. Some athletes are faster than one another. Some people are simply more psychic than one another. Yours kind of fits more in the normal range. But you will have a tendency with family and friends and close ones around you that you'll get things that will happen in a negative fashion, but it's not negative because if it happens in a negative fashion and you see it and you can prevent it, that's technically positive. So keep that in mind.
Sharon says, is there a companion coming in my life, and do you know what his name is?
I don't see anybody coming in right now. I think you just got to get a hobby, get some friends. You can buy an animal if you want, but there's really no one there right now. I think you're meant to go solo for the next couple of years. And then I would actually go through a dating service because not always that works, but in this case, I believe it'll work for you. So I would look to that then, not now, because there's just, you can't make something that's not there right now.
Cindy says, will my sister survive this cancer?
Yes, I do believe that she will, but I think she's just going to be really fit to be tied. Just tell her this for me. Make sure that no matter in the darkest hour that she just doesn't give up her will to live. Just make sure that will is there. And you can either go online or call the office at 408-379-7070 and request, or you can put it on yourself, put her name on our prayer line. What that means is myself, my staff, our congregation, our friends, our family, everybody that we know, we will pray for and send her energy. And I happen to believe in the power of prayer. It's free of charge. So you can either go online yourself and do it through our website or call and we'll do it for you.
Teresa says, will I find somebody?
Yes, I believe you will. You have somebody that likes you right now, but you are lost patience with that, so that's okay. I think you'll find somebody in the next 2 months. I think it's just seriously out walking around, so you're so lucky. I saw a lot of cherries there. Well, who's that?
That's Christine, and she says, will I find love?
Yes, once you get out to look for love. It amazes me, you guys, when you ask me a question like this, and you go to work and you go home, and you don't seriously go anywhere. Now, I know COVID is, but before that, you're not going anywhere. How do you expect that to happen? I mean, just because a psychic says it, it doesn't manifest in your life. You actually, we have the common sense. We have to get out and activate. Because if you don't go after life, life passes us all by. So when I give a prediction of something, I look to you guys that you're going to do everything in your power to meet the person, to cross each other's paths. Okay? So please, you can't have something by not doing something. You get out, it will work. It truly will. And well, let's be happy with that, because a lot of people will get out and there's just nothing coming in, and that's sometimes just the way that it is. Look at me. I'm not in a relationship. What would I do if I was? I work all the time because I love my job. My kids, animals, hobbies, cars, everything I'm doing, I'm busy. What would my significant other do? Stare at me while I sleep? But I'm happy with my life, okay? I don't feel like I need that in my life. If I did need it, I'd probably have that. But I'm happy doing what I'm doing. So relationships are not for everybody.
These go so fast.
I don't understand why it's not slowing down.
Because there's a lot of people.
Okay.
Debbie
Does
says,
that mean we get more people? We're not going to be able to see it?
pretty much.
It can only go so fast, right?
No.
What?
It can keep going faster.
Well, how are we going to read it then, Chris?
We'll get to that when we get there.
We're getting that. We're there now. You guys got to figure that out.
Let's see.
That's your homework.
Terry says, did my dog cross over? Does he feel like I gave up on him?
No, he doesn't feel like he gave up on it. He knows that you two are pals and best buddies. He knows you do anything for him. That means if he was going to run over, you get run over for him. Come on now, you know better than that. All animals go to heaven. That really is the God's truth. And dogs do stay dogs. Cats do stay cats. You know, that's the case. But, you know, if animals didn't go to heaven, that wouldn't be heaven. You know something else? Somebody that doesn't like pets, there's something wrong with that person. If you know my cat's here and my cat don't like the person, I'll tell the person out of my house. The best thermometers, yeah.
I don't think your cat likes me.
Well, that should be telling me something, huh? No, I'm just kidding. My cat's not around you enough to know you. And when I do get my cat, it's because I've taken her down here and she's out of her comfort zone. And she's normally coming back from the other house and she's hungry. So don't take it personally. You're okay.
Let's see. Catherine says, Chris, is Warren the one?
Yes. Be nice to him. Stop testing him. That's you playing off on the old tape. So if you guys were in the reading room, I would probably be coming down on you to lighten up. So don't give any ultimatums. Just have fun and be excited. You got a really good guy here. Just keep it at that. And stay out of your mind, stay out of your past, for God's sakes. And you know exactly what I'm saying to you.
Jacqueline says, where are my keys? They've been gone a month.
I know they're either in like the crack of the seat of your car or in the seat of a couch, or something that's in the seam down there where you sit and it's falling out. Either purse or something like that is tipped over. So check the couches, check the car, check something you may have sat in the garage you haven't been in a long time. Just check that and you'll have your keys.
A. Rain says, will my son be a successful songwriter/musician?
He already is. He just hasn't sold much yet because he hasn't done it for that much. He just needs more inventory and he needs to really get into it, and he'll do that. Just for right now, I would have him do another job so that he does his job as a hobby, so he allows his self to grow, because I'm concerned if he jumps into this too soon and this is his bread and butter, that he's going to be very hard on himself, being that he's that much of a perfectionist and overanalyzes everything. He's terribly difficult on himself. He would scold himself more than anybody else could. So I just want him to carry other work so he looks at this as a hobby and a fun thing, because I think that's what's going to open the door for him. Then he can jump into this as the bread and butter, and I'd wait for that at least another year. But I don't know why he would never think that. I think I'd rather see somebody with his confidence like this than an ego too big to get through the door. So there you go.
Stacy says, will my husband get the job he recently interviewed for?
Yeah, but you better make sure he wants it, because, you know, he's working seriously all the time. I mean, seriously all the time. So you have to make sure that you're agreeing upon that, because you're going to see him when he sleeps. He's going to have a lot of work. Make good money, but he's going to have a lot of work. Okay, guys, we're going to go here, but before you do, keep writing in the questions, because we're going to stop this now. We're going to start recording for the next show on Saturday. God bless you all. Stay